looks like.
Yeah, it looks like we
We're going
are
live.
going live here once again. See these two teams play, so
Good luck to both teams.
yeah, definitely a match that either team could win here. So we'll see how it goes. And for some reason, it's not letting me.
There we go, and we're off.
It's not, my controls as a spectator are not working.
Looks
there-
like
there
I
we
was
go, they're
right.
working.
The two NCOs are staying over on the right side of the Entente trench, looking to pick, but Nord with an early kill. While the rest of HiT streams out of left, they'll be pushing up very aggressively on that left side, trying to close across no man's land as soon as possible. Zab still not pushing out of the first trench there.
Yeah, we're seeing Zab staying on that right side, trying to get some picks here. And he is actually taken down by Manny. That's going to be a big asset to Shogun to take out Zab so early.
Looks like Shogun is pretty evenly distributed. They have slightly more people on their left side to stop this Entente push. It looks like they've killed a few players.
Mando taking out Sinig. It's like Mando's kind of playing passive a little bit, trying to get some picks here. This is definitely a map where I feel like in comp you do have to get picks as the attacker in order to push into the trench. Because there's just so much...
It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so much no man's land you have to cover that by the time, you get to the trench, you have to make sure that the gap isn't being filled. There's actually a place to get in.
And both teams trading pretty evenly so far. We see Nord with 5 kills. Very good start for him.
Very good, but Shogun have really they've stopped this push. They're now in the middle of no man's land. They have to get out to the trench.
Yeah, absolutely. And playing a little slow, going for picks. I'd imagine that's intentional from them, just because due to the style of the map. I'd be interested to talk. I think that I don't think Zab actually would have expected HiT to go to this map. I think he was probably more expecting something like Ein. I know a lot of the players I talked to ahead of the match seemed like they thought that they would probably be playing on Ein. So maybe a little sneaky ban pick here from Manny to pick a map that maybe HiT wasn't as prepared on.
It's definitely true. Shogun are getting a ton of kills as looks like Zab and Mando were trying to get some picks from this crater on the left. But it looks like HiT have managed to get in.
Where did they get in? Oh yeah, they did.
They got it on the left side, and they got a nice stab, so they could get a couple spawns in.
Yeah,
but
nice
there
push here
is
from
still one
Battleship,
Shogun player there.
and some failure in the comms of Shogun there.
And it looks like Shogun don't know.
Yeah.
They still have players mid watching no man's instead of trying to clear out the foothold.
And we do see some players rotating now. Yeah. Looks like they are aware now. And
it looks like HiT don't really know that they're there. They're sort of looking into no man's, so they don't now. And they've nearly squashed that push.
Yeah, Meek's pushing up, getting a couple kills. Meeks and Fabian. Good trade there from Fabian. And very good play here from Fabian to clear the trench.
Looks like HiT's still able to
looks like we have one more player.
The far side.
Yeah, we have a couple more players over here. Fabian, though, pushing to clear. Just one more player at the end of that finger.
It looks like that's Zab, who's holding for spawns very intelligently. Trying to get some reinforcements. There's only one Shogun player near him, so it looks like he will get them. So Shogun haven't actually cleared out this side. And we do have a foothold.
Zab gets him, though. And we see Battleship kind of pushing in the mid here as well.
That's right, they're pushing on entirely the opposite side, and it looks like there aren't that many Shogun players there. So they might be able to get in and sort of pincer them, as it were.
Crazy
and
to
there's
see
the extra time.
Crazy to see that Zab isn't the top fragger on the server, and in fact not even on his team. That's not something we see very often.
That's true, it's Nord. He was getting a lot of those picks as HiT tries to push through no man's.
Well, Commissar and Battleship as well, both with quite a few kills for HiT.
That's true, that's true. It looks like Shogun is having a lot of trouble trying to clear them from the trench, and it looks like HiT are actually clearing the trench. There aren't that many Shogun players left.
Yeah, we're seeing almost a cap here for HiT, and that's going to be it. That's... Oh, yeah, there's the cap.
Cap number 1 for HiT. A very impressive attack.
And going to be...
Looks like a complete wipe. Shogun
yeah,
having to
they've
respawn in their trench.
Yeah, totally clearing that trench. That's a big thing. No forward spawns there for Shogun. So this is going to be Shogun now having that tough task of pushing across these massive Picardy no-mans. Though this one's a little bit more advantageous than the one that HiT had to push across.
We'll see what they can do with this. Looks like they're mainly pushing on one side, but there are a few trying to pick at people peeking up from the other.
Yeah, it's mostly looks like a decent sized push here on the left from Shogun. A couple players going that way. And making decent progress, clearing out this left side a little bit. Still a couple players to oppose
so it looks like it looks like they now outnumber the number of HiT players there, though. So if they could just push up, they might be able to take this side and get a foothold, just like HiT were able to.
We're gonna get pushed by Zab there.
Looks like HiT really aren't able to prevent Shogun from getting these spawns in no man's land. And in fact, Shogun have cleared out left side, and they made it in.
Yeah, with that airplane bomb from Meeks, 3 kills. That's insane. And then 2 kills from Meeks. Meeks just practically wiping their whole team by himself.
Now HiT have found themselves pincered with spawns coming in on both sides. This could be a very dangerous position for them, though it looks like they have managed to get a spawn inside of the trench.
Yeah, and very good play there from Meeks. Absolutely a class act. And Zab getting back into the game now, 18 kills. Didn't take him long to get back into it.
Though Nord not far behind, Meek's not far behind, sorry.
No.
With 17, those airplane bomb kills, doing a lot of work.
Yeah, it looks like Nord has cooled off a bit after that cap. Definitely a more defensive-minded player. We've known that for a long time, but interesting to see if he can get back on the rhythm on the attack. And Zab pushing up here.
Looks like they're trying to clear this foothold, the last 2 or 3 players. Looks like, is that Zab behind them? That is.
Big flank from Zab there. And
he finishes them off, though I believe they got a spawn there, so there's still a player that they'll have to take out.
Yeah, looks like there is a player hiding just in front of the...
But on their left flank, there are 2 more, and they've actually made it in. 2 are in the trench. 4 now.
Oh yeah, 4 in that.
They'll meet HiT. HiT is ready, and it looks like they're spawning in mid.
Good airplane bomb there, though, from Zab. Seems like he knew that they were over there. He's going to push up and try and take them out.
Very interesting. It looks like Perot is coming from behind, though he gets taken out by Zab.
And a completely open left side of the trench here that could definitely get easily pushed by...
And it looks like the extra time has come in for Shogun, so they...
Yeah, able to hold on to this right side.
Looks like they're very close to just completely pushing HiT out.
And they're getting
a very
capped.
desperate fight.
They're about to get a cap here. Not quite, though. HiT able to clear them out just in time. Yeah.
There's just 1 left.
Just a last-minute push.
He's prone, and he hasn't... He got the spawn in.
Yeah, and Gandalf not realizing that player was alive. I think he thought he was a dead body. Looking right past him. That's rough.
It looks like they have managed to take them all out. Still a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, they were able to push the amount of frags up to the point where they got that extra minute on the clock.
But given the size, the sheer size of this no man's land, it might be difficult. There might not be much time once they actually get to the trench itself.
Yeah.
It looks like there are a lot of them who are still staying in their trench, perhaps.
Yeah, they might just be setting up.
Picks.
They may have just decided to set up for defense. But it looks like Meeks is pushing up. I don't know if they're going to have time to actually get a foothold here, though. Only 18 seconds now. And a few players pushing up.
No, they are very close on one side. And they do actually manage to get in. They do manage to get in, and he's gone prone. I believe that's
Yeah,
That
good
is
push on the
Nord.
left. We're getting pushes on both the left and right. Good play here. Looks like they've been able to.
And it looks like
with the
Nord
right.
managed to get the spawns in. So and Shogun do have a nice foothold here.
A good push
Taking out
from
Nord,
Nord.
taking out a few hit players.
Zab gonna come in and try and clear out this.
Looks like there's an entire squad there, and the other squad is pushing up against one lone hit player, holding them off on left side.
Yep. And that was Zab. He got pushed out. And a few.
Very nice push from Shogun.
Yeah,
It looks
well
like Hit has been cleared from the trench, though they're spawning next to the foothold. And a cap. We have a cap.
Nice recap there from Shogun at the last minute. But a good last minute push here from Hit as they spawn right next to the trench. Good job by the players getting that spawn.
Shogun will not have to push them out. They can't let Hit do the same thing that they did last time.
And they're going to push now. Gandalf and
Looks
Fulner.
like Hit are being pretty aggressive. Pushing through this middle.
And Irish Butler going to shut down that push. Yeah.
Very nice plays from Irish.
Irish definitely always been one of the more standout players for this Shogun roster.
Shogun will need to push because Hit are really getting the spawns. They're still putting pressure on Shogun in this mid.
Yeah, it's interesting. Overall, we've seen a mostly passive.
An unfortunate airplane bomb.
Yeah, it seems like we've seen a mostly passive stance from both teams with these occasional bursts of aggression and very coordinated bursts of aggression from both teams. Seems like whenever they push, it's a planned effort by the whole team.
Right, they're trying to use the weight of their bodies, and it looks like it might be working for Shogun. Hit getting that spawn though. So they didn't manage to completely clear them out, and the other squad is coming there to help.
Sinig holding off Hit. Trying to get some picks here. Not quite. He is in the trench, and we do see a nice hold here from Shogun. He's going to get pushed from the left there, though, and he has to get taken down by Commissar.
Shogun's still unable to clear out this side, with Hit just getting spawns.
Hit. Not quite enough people in to cap yet. Looks like about even numbers for both teams right now. Meek's getting those long-range picks from across the trench. Good play from him. Looks like we have some recon coming in. Might see a push come with that. Usually when we see these recon planes come in, that's when teams decide to push. Because they have that knowledge of exactly where the enemy team is playing in those trenches.
Looks like it's again died down as all of the Shogun players pushing Hit have been killed. Although Hit still...
It looks like we might
They are capping.
Cap. Yeah, we're about to have a cap here from Hit.
And a nice cap from Hit. And they are pushing through mid to clear them out, but there are a few Shogun players on that right side.
It's interesting. One important thing to note watching this half is that this map is generally considered Entente-sided. So, it'll be interesting to see how our second half goes. I mean, I'd say that if Shogun can get a tie here, I think that's a pretty good result for them in this half.
And that's possibly why they wanted to take CP first. They wanted to try to see how hard they would have to push.
Yeah, exactly. Now that they know
how difficult it would be.
Yeah, and if they can, if they get a tie in this, they know they only need one trench next time. Whereas if they end up behind, they need to push aggressively.
Shogun playing very passively, just getting these spawns on the left side, and Hit have been unable to actually remove the foothold. It's sort of the reverse of what just happened. Although Shogun are unable to get the cap.
Yeah, Shogun, I think, working these trenches... Oh, actually, it's starting to get the cap now. 7 players in the trench for Shogun. And not that many...
That's true.
Actually, almost only 3 or 4 in for Hit, so it looks like this cap will probably come in.
Very nice. Passive play by Shogun just to be able to get this cap back.
And that's tied up 2-2. Fabian gonna push out there. I think he didn't realize he killed that player, so he tried to push out to finish him off, but got caught out. finding out the player was in fact dead.
It's interesting that Shogun appears to be playing passively. They could be trying to just get a draw this half and then easily cap one trench the next half for a one trench victory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there only appear to be 2 HiT players left on this side.
Yeah, probably gonna get a spawn in here. Yeah, looks like they do get at least one player spawned in, and they're gonna push a little bit.
Shogun actually retreating. Looks like they don't want to push unless if they have a lot of numbers.
Interesting. Seems like their strategy is let them push us. Oh, big airplane bomb there from Mando, taking out Bob and Perot.
It could be crucial. The Shogun might not have the numbers to push HiT out on this right side anymore.
Well, HiT were capping there for a second, but Shogun hold back, get the spawn, and get all players in the trench. And
Right, having all 8 in the trench is really powerful because then you can just easily deny.
yeah, that's what I've
the
noticed.
enemy to cap.
Interestingly, on the defense, it seems like HiT has a lot more players playing outside the trench, which might be a little bit of a deficit to their.
Though it looks like they are
defense.
capping now.
Yeah, it looks like.
And
a
they
big
do
push
have
there.
both sides. There's just one player from
Yeah,
Shogun in the trench, and he's been killed.
Yep. That is going to be probably a cap for HiT. Last limit push here. Yeah, that is the cap for HiT. So just a back and
Shogun
forth
in a
game on this trench in particular is what it's looking to shape up to be. At least so far. I mean, we still 20 minutes left. This is one of the longest maps in our map pool. So we're in for a bit of an endurance match here between these two teams.
It's true. It definitely looks like we won't be seeing an end to the match with the capture of the headquarters.
No, seems unlikely. I mean, we've yet to see HiT defend their trench. It'd be interesting to see how they're able to do that. But we've only seen play on this trench so far. Both teams seeming pretty confident in their ability to cap this trench, but neither being able to actually hold it out for the full time yet.
Looks like Shogun have made it back in far left, though there are a couple of HiT players streaming towards the single Shogun player.
Yep, and he's gonna go down, get taken out by Mando.
Good
But
flank by
Fabian
Mando.
gonna
Though
get
there
in
are
there
a few
as well.
more.
Yeah, looks like a push behind that. Fabian getting a little aggressive. Battleship heading in weight. It's gonna go down though to Perot.
It looks like Meeks is retreating a little bit, perhaps to wait for spawns on the other side. Looks like he is spawning.
Yeah, looks
And
like
there
we're gonna
actually isn't anyone waiting for him. Actually, no, they just spawned in. I lied.
Yeah. Really, we've been seeing a lot of split pushes here from Shogun. Seems like they like to probe at both sides of the trench, try and see where they can get a weak point, and then push that aggressively as possible once they've exposed it.
Right, and getting a very strong foothold so that HiT have to come to them.
Yeah, it looks like they could just move into this left side right now. Not really any...
They're being very cautious. Perhaps too cautious. They're allowing HiT time to get back. Already we have 3 players.
I should correct myself
They're
and
not
say the
pushing them.
mid, because there were quite a few HiT players on the left. But looks like we will get a bit of a mid push here.
Shogun is already in right too. Meeks is pushed up and is perhaps waiting for spawns.
This is right. I don't know what I'm doing. All right.
So Meeks gets taken out.
Again, people spawning on that left side now, actually. On that left side, we've got to push. But looks like HiT are going to be able to take it out and deal with it.
Brilliant push there from HiT. That was a dangerous foothold considering that Shogun are only 5 kills away from getting another minute of time. And on this map, a minute can be everything.
Yeah, if I were Shogun, I'd be pushing for those kills right now because you got 45 seconds. If you can get that extra minute, it's a big deal.
Very nice airplane bomb from Meeks there, taking out Mando. almost freeing up that left-hand side.
Oh, but an even better
brilliant
airplane
bomb by Zab,
That's
completely crushing that push.
Six players,
There's only
I
a
think.
single player there left, but waiting for spawns. He looks fairly
I
shell-shocked.
think that might be the largest airplane bomb I've ever seen in a comp match.
And he gets taken out by Zab, MDP Manny.
I personally have gotten yeah, that's the biggest airplane bomb I've ever seen. I personally got a 5-man once, but 6-man, Jesus.
That was crucial. That was crucial. I don't think, unless if they can get 3 kills, I don't think they have the time, and it looks like HiT might be able to push forward and take another trench.
Well, that just completely wiped the entire
Shogun's entire push. They were banking on that side being weakly defended, and instead they got an airplane bomb right to the face.
Jesus.
So it looks like they've had time to set up evenly across their trench, so they won't be caught completely unawares.
Interesting. Looks like Fabian might be having a technical issue or something. Seems like he's not playing right now. That could have an effect on the Shogun side. Especially considering he's one of the higher fraggers for that team.
That's right, 31 kills. It'll be a big problem if they miss out. Like, HiT are pushing fairly aggressively on this one side. They're not split pushing at all.
Yeah, and I must say, it seems like HiT has a little bit more confidence now than they did in that first attack, pushing much more aggressively than we saw them push the first time.
And they're getting dangerously close. Almost a split push now, with one squad going mid.
And I must say, I'm very impressed with Commissar in this match, almost matching Zab frag for frag.
57 kills. It's incredibly impressive for a competitive match. Looks like HiT have made it into the bunker. There's only a single Shogun player on that side who gets taken out.
Yeah, the right side just completely getting taken over by HiT. And
it looks again like we have the trench split into 2 halves, one half controlled by HiT, one half controlled by Shogun.
And a big chance of a cap coming in here.
Looks like it is in their favor, though they aren't able to cap it anymore.
Yeah, actually, they get pushed back. Just enough players killed by...
capping a bit. This could be it. And it looks like it is. Another cap, 4-2 for HiT. Shogun will have to be very aggressive on their attacks if they want to even this out when it's their turn to be on taunt.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to have some successes on taunt for...
It's like Shogun having a hard time holding onto this foothold. HiT just taking them out.
And it looks like Fabian is back, but even that momentary time of... Oh, nope, actually looks like he's gone to do something again. Again, maybe having some technical issues, or...
I think he was spawning players in.
Oh, okay.
I think he was the last player on his team alive.
Yeah, looks like he is back. But even just having him for that very moment could have... You know, maybe he could have prevented that capper even from them getting in that trench.
He could have gotten a crucial frag. But it looks like Shogun aren't able to actually get in the trench. They control most of it. There is a single HiT player on the far right.
Yeah, this is definitely
doesn't seem aware that there's a Shogun player behind him.
Yeah, this definitely is a trench that can go back and forth as well. Looks like right now we have HiT clearing out the right, and probably a spawn coming in.
Still able to retain it. Shogun spawning in.
Fabian looking in that no man's. I don't think he realizes that he's getting shot from his own trench. And maybe a little bit... I'm interested, perhaps Shogun getting a bit demoralized after that airplane bomb.
That's true. They might find it more difficult to push. HiT certainly look reinvigorated and energized after that. Really brilliant pushes to clear out all of the footholds. Though it looks like Shogun maybe pushing in one last attempt to capture this to make it only a 1 trench deficit. But they only have 46 seconds to do that. They'll have to be very aggressive. Looks like there are 2 of them. Now 3. HiT don't appear to know where they are. It looks like they might be retreating to the far right just to hold onto this trench.
Yeah, they still have a minute and a half to push their attack.
They have only 20 seconds before the round end, I believe, though. I believe.
No, they have 10 minutes.
Oh. says 10 seconds on my screen.
Oh well, one of our screens is
some
glitched.
reason.
I guess we'll find out which one.
We'll see. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it was mine.
Oh. Interesting.
So it looks like gonna be a 4-2
like
half.
Very impressive from HiT there, coming out with a 2 trench lead just at the very end.
But again, this map is pretty Anton-sided, so we could see, you know, if Shogun is able to regroup, if they're able to get something similar for their half, we could see a tie game still.
Shogun will have to push very hard and make sure that they have enough time
and still
to take more than 2 trenches.
Still theoretically possible for Shogun to win as well, because they could go up by 3 trenches. They would just have to do very well.
Right, they can. The maximum number you can capture, I believe, is 4. The 4 was just... So it is possible.
Yeah, I do remember that glitch. So if that glitch happens, we will not count it. Counts as 1 cap. I don't know if that's been discussed, but I have to assume that that's how.
Looks like HiT have had a crash. Looks like it was Bob.
Yeah, probably just gonna wait for him to get...
Unfortunately, crash. No, not Bob. Sorry, Bob's on Shogun. Was it?
No, it was. Looks like it was. No, not Mando. Mando's still there. I don't know. We'll just wait for them to get back in. So what do you think? What do you think Shogun has to do to improve in this half and come out with either a tie or a win?
I think, quite frankly, they have to stop being so passive. I think that cost them the first trench because they just weren't able to clear out the HiT footholds, which just gave HiT so much spawning power that they simply overwhelmed Shogun eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they seem to have a very strong attack, but their defense needed some patches in it. They needed to be a little bit more aggressive on their defense, I think.
And definitely. I think it'll be interesting to see what they change up, or if they change anything up, going into the second half, knowing that they're 2 trenches down.
But we also will get to see them attacking first, and possibly, you know, that momentum can help you a lot, absolutely. So, interesting to see how this goes.
Like we saw with HiT after pushing Shogun back on that first trench.
Also, another thing to be considered is that the Lee Enfield is considered to be a stronger rifle by a lot of the competitive players. So generally
that's very true. And it looks like Commissar is back. He's the player who unfortunately crashed.
Oh yes, of course. How could we forget? Having very good score
he
that
did
first half.
very well. Looks like they are restarting. So this will be the second half.
Yeah. Approaches this initial attack.
But they seem to enjoy the split push, so they might continue with that.
Yeah, definitely can be effective attacking this trench for sure. There's good areas to push on both the left and right side, and some spots in the mid where you can push effectively as well. Depends on what the enemy setup is.
That's right, and it looks like we are live.
And it looks like they're just going to go straight up with the left push straight away. Commissar and Zab getting some initial picks.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like they're going to split push at all. They're slowly trickling out of their first trench.
Yeah, it looks like a couple players picking, a couple players pushing up forward to try and get those spawns. Good way to do it. And making some progress.
looks like Meeks and Nord are picking very experienced players.
Yeah. And I would say on this particular No Man's early on, it's definitely important for you to try and get your players up close so you can get those close spawns to this trench, because just pushing across all the way across that no man's land is just never going to be an option on this map. You got to be able to get those spawns up and close so you can push in and get a foothold in this trench. But very good picks coming in from HiT. Commissar especially picking off a ton.
Commissar, yeah, he's holding out. He's holding down this entire side.
See what Fabian can do here. See if he can get a spawn in for his team. Looks like that is what he's going to try and do. He's just going to go prone and wait for the 2 members in his squad to spawn on him. And they don't.
A time-honored tradition.
Oh, no, there we go. They did.
Looks like they did. It looks like they did, and but they will be facing a few HiT players.
Good
Seems
pick
like
from Nord. Nord
Shogun
picks
are having
Commissar. That's a big deal.
very nice, and it looks like they are pushing. They are pushing in. They are managing to get in, I believe.
Defense coming up here from 2 HiT players. Gandalf going to pick off Fabian. And see who can win this gunfight here. Long gunfight. Looks like Commissar will win out in the end with the melee.
It looks like there are still some Shogun players. They haven't managed to clear them out. There's one waiting for spawn on that far right side.
Yeah, Fabian able to get in there and just hold that spot. Takes out Commissar as well, but that will alert
And it
HiT
looks
to the
like they've
fact that he's
spawned. They
there.
have spawned.
Yeah, they
and
have
there
got
are
a
3
big
HiT
spawn.
players now streaming towards him. On the far left side, it looks like Shogun's also pushing aggressively, but there are 4 players there to try to stop them. Irish Butler with a nice 2 kills and evading the other player.
Looks like Fabian's still
Looks like
holding,
they've taken them.
Still holding.
They've taken them out. There's only 1 HiT player now 3 with the spawns.
Yep, HiT on that far
On
right
that left side.
And this player not aware that they've spawned behind him. He's gonna go down. Irish Butler.
It was looking very promising there with the split push, but was that Fabian still? He's getting pushed. He's getting pushed by Gandalf, who doesn't appear to notice him, and misses a shot, actually. And gets meleeed.
Wow.
Very unfortunate there.
2 big misses there from Gandalf to get
2 big misses, and it looks like Fornia doesn't actually realize Fabian's there.
Oh, but Commissar will get him.
Very, very good kill there.
And
Finally taking out that Shogun foothold, but it looks like they have managed to get back in on the left. MDP Manny and Pirot holding this angle.
yeah, they just
Manny
need one
gets
more kill to
taken
get
out.
a minute more here. See if this prone player can do it. He does, and
And
that's
he can, Pirot, with a kill on Gandalf. Still prone, he might be able to get spawns off.
He's gonna get pushed here though. A couple of players coming in on the flank though, that
Looks
might help
like
him out.
Zab can kill him, but he might have been able to spawn one.
And
55
Zab is aware.
seconds.
He's gonna push this player out into the no man's. Will he get him before he gets executed? No, he doesn't see him.
He doesn't see him.
That wasn't Zab.
No, that was Mando.
Yeah.
That was Mando, but
Meek's able to take out Zab as well. And not able to get a foothold over
They
there.
only have 30 seconds left. They're pretty close on both sides. They're really trying to take advantage of the split push.
And this player pushing up very aggressively.
And that's Commissar taking out an entire side.
Yeah, he
by
pushed up
himself.
extremely
Very
aggressively.
strong.
In this kind of bit that sticks out where you can push up like that. Good play from
And it
him.
looks like we might be seeing CP attacking Entente's first trench.
Yeah, for the first time
Don't
this
know if
game. Looks like we're
Shogun
gonna-
do have a foothold, though.
They do. And they're going to want to hold that at all
Manny
costs.
Manny is pushing
He needs to
through
be
mid.
careful,
In
though.
fact,
There's
we'll
a
be
player
going
right
right
above them here.
underneath. Looks like they
doesn't-
don't actually
Oh, he does find
Nope,
him.
Manny does find him.
He's going to face a
But he will
fight
get
here.
killed by Zab. There's now a single player left, Irish, getting pushed by Mando. Though neither really seem to know. No, they seem to be too afraid.
Nice. He clears
Irish
him.
managing to clear him, but there's
Big play
big
from Irish.
hit spawns.
Yeah, he needs to
Big
hold
hit spawns,
this
but they
side.
don't appear to know where they are.
Yeah,
They're
and
just
he
staying
is
in
able to
mid.
get the spawn in. So now a full squad in for them.
Very nice. They only have to get 13 more kills and get some more time. I think that's Zab putting some pressure
Right
on
in
from the
there. One
outside.
player in now. Can they get a split push into the left though? Not yet. Actually, they were able to. And we do see 2 players in the left as well. Good
This is very good for
diversifying,
Shogun.
diversifying their foothold. That's very important.
Zab cannot be in 2 places at once, and so they're trying to pull away the good players, I think.
3 players now in the
split
trench
pushes.
for Shogun.
Only 8 kills, 7 to go before more time. It looks like HiT are having a lot of difficulty. Fabian really doing great work holding down this right foothold.
A good push from Meeks here as well. He's going to get flanked from behind, though. And he gets taken out. A little worrying.
Looks like there's
Looks
now
like they cleared
just...
the left. It's just the right now for them. But they
there are
only
still
need 2
some players
kills.
pushing up there.
Yeah, they just need these 2 kills.
Nord making it in. That's right, just 2 more kills and they'll have more time on their hands.
And that's going to be more time
another
for them.
minute.
And with another minute with good spawning points in the trench already.
That's right, and that must take a lot of the pressure off because now they can safely sort of regroup. And have they capped it? They have indeed.
Yes, we have a cap.
Very nice cap.
Good cap from Shogun.
Looks like HiT are slowly taking it back.
Yeah, we have the recap coming in relatively quickly from them. Only just not enough. Oh, and last minute Shogun are able to stop that cap with the respawn coming in.
Very nice crossfire from Irish, taking out Mando as he was pushing that right side.
And Shogun
looks like there's only a single HiT player left
Shogun,
in mid.
Shogun needs to hold this trench and defend it and get another chance to attack because they need to go
Battleship Potemkin.
They need to be up by at least 2. They need to be up by at least 2 here.
And they have forced HiT back.
Yes, they have. See what HiT is doing for this attack. They're all the way back. No spawns here for them either. They're going to have to push all the way across this no man's. And tons of picks coming in for Shogun. A few coming in for HiT as well. But definitely the numerical advantage. Big
Shogun
push coming here
definitely
in the mid.
going for different strategies. They're really pushing this left side.
Yeah, a concentrated push by both of their squads in the mid. See if they can succeed with it. Doing well so far.
It looks like they have been able to get a lot of kills.
Meeks taking out Commissar with that airplane bomb. That's going to hurt that attack. Commissar being one of the bigger players for this team. Actually tied with the Zab as far as kills is concerned right now. And it looks like they are going to be able to get a foothold in this mid and push right as well. Actually, this isn't the mid. I don't know why I keep thinking this is the mid. It's the right. It's a little confusing from the sky. Not used to looking at the map that way. But Meek's going to be able to...
Looks like, yeah, Shogun have been able to push them out of that side, so there are just a few stragglers left in mid-no man's, but they are pushing into an undefended right side. Very unfortunate for Shogun.
Looks like they are able to get the reinforcements there just in time, though, and clear most...
Zab is still there reloading.
Looks like we've got a couple players just proning over here. Not really keeping an eye out. Looks like Perot able to get one. Manny as well.
Yes,
and a spawn comes in just in time.
Spawn.
Yeah. Well, perfect spawn timing there from Shogun as well to get that defense on the left side.
That's right, they're still
Fabian with a
giving
flank
a HiT
coming
a hard
in.
time.
And he's able to clear out the
killing
last
Mando.
players.
There's still one more player there shooting at Fabian. Fabian does not appear to be able to kill him.
Looks like one...
And he does take them both out, I think.
Yeah, but
Battleship Potemkin.
A couple more players still pushing in this left side. Just holding for a spawn for the rest of their team. And
Shogun
like
need to be aggressive. They need to make sure they take out all of the HiT players so they can't spawn right next to the trench and get in.
Yep,
It looks like HiT have managed to get into the mid and are now pushing them from within the trench and from outside. There's a single Shogun player left on this side.
This player is going to be in trouble getting pinched from both sides. Shogun spawn coming in, but a large HiT force there.
HiT are beginning to cap. So it is a slow one. Slow but steady, and now quite quick actually.
Yeah, only 2 players in the trench for Shogun.
Compared to 6, now 5.
And Nord peeking
now 4, and they're recapping. They're recapping. Shogun are recapping. Very nice with all the spawns.
We do see it's Shogun doing a good job just holding for those caps when they know they need to. Getting them in just in time.
And Shogun need to be aggressive here. They need to make sure that they don't get bogged down like they did last game.
And a cap happening again for HiT. So the player's going to get picked off by Sinig and Meeks, and that's going to clear it up. Really big concentration here from the HiT players. We see pistols actually coming out from HiT. That's interesting. Don't normally see that.
Interesting strategy. So it can be effective at very close range.
Yeah, and especially with these intense trench battles, it's not entirely baseless to.
Right, most of the
that.
confrontations haven't been long range. They've been within the trench itself, as players desperately try to push the others out.
And 30 seconds here for HiT, and still 12 kills
Meeks
needed.
has called an airplane bomb on the right here. Let's see how many kills he can get.
But HiT actually getting a good defense.
Nice cap.
Right.
Unfortunately, 0 kills for Meeks. Just missed.
Yeah, and that's going to be
he'll not be able to take out that defense.
That's going to feel bad for Shogun, but Shogun's still in this trench. Irish Butler pushing. He's going to get taken out by Mando, though.
Right, HiT being very passive, much more passive than they were last game. Perhaps they know that they don't really have to play. They just have to wait for Shogun to come at them because they're the ones with the trench advantage from last half.
Well, 2 trench advantage, actually, because we had a 4-2.
Right. Shogun still with 13 minutes to make a play.
Yeah, we're going to go with that. I don't know why my screen says 23 minutes here, but...
Weird.
Good push from Fabian here, clearing out Opie. He's going to get onto that right side, try and get a foothold, spawn his team in. And it looks like he does do that.
True, though. One squad of Shogun still are moving up through no man's land. This might be the perfect opportunity for HiT.
See if he can take out these
HiT
other
are able
players.
to clear out this side. Could be very bad for Shogun. It looks like Zab does take out Nord.
2 more players here.
Zab with the flank.
Fabian coming in, getting taken out though.
Looks like it's... And finally that last player falls, so they're still very close. HiT in complete control.
Manny gonna get in the middle ladders, but he's gonna get taken out by Opie before he can get in.
A very nice defense from HiT. Stretched out completely evenly. Shogun will have a very hard time of re-pushing back into this line. It looks like they are trying to split push again. There's only one player pushing on the right. Most of their team appear to be dead. Very unfortunate. No, there are quite a few in mid. It looks like they're getting spawns out in mid. Looks like that's Meeks' squad.
Yeah, looks like they're getting a little bit of a push here in the mid. Getting some good kills in. See if Zab can spot them here, playing from the back of the mid-trench. If anyone's going to stop this push, it might be him.
Meeks again doing very well with the most kills on his team. Though unfortunately, not better than either Commissar or Zab for HiT. HiT just with the, I think, a kill advantage.
Yeah, slight kill
For
advantage
both
probably.
squads. Yes, it looks like around 10 kills advantage, and those could be crucial kills that Shogun needs.
2 kills here for Shogun, and they will get an extra minute on this attack.
Looks like they probably will be able to do it. They have a very nice foothold on left. Looks like the split pushes really have been working for them. They have been getting footholds, but they haven't been able to really clear the trench as well as they would have liked to.
Well, it's interesting. They've cleared the trench a couple times, but always HiT able to get those forward spawns and get back in. I think they just need to be a little bit more aggressive on that defense when they first clear the trench to make sure that there aren't those people in those pits right in front of the trench. You know, maybe push out into the no man's a little bit, even if they get that desertion timer for a few seconds, just to clear out those
And it looks like they did take it. They did cap it, so it is 2-1. If they can clear HiT out, they do have a chance to tie or win.
In an ideal situation, they will have about 6 minutes to make that attack to get the tie. I don't think it would have to be very perfect for them to possibly get that third cap. And yeah.
I don't know if it actually would be possible to win
the tie
at
is
this point.
definitely
But a tie is incredibly incredibly possible. Though it looks like HiT are able to get back in on this left side because there are no Shogun players there. And their desire to be aggressive and push, it looks like they pushed a bit too hard. And they completely left this side open, though they are reinforcing it now.
It looks like they've got a big push here to try and take care of this.
And this is really working with HiT strategy.
Meeks were
They're able to.
They were able to take care of that push pretty effectively.
True, very nice from Shogun. But they're not being aggressive enough. They're not able to take the players outside of the trench, so HiT with the forward spawns, and now with a full squad, they're trying to push forward, though. Mando goes down. It looks like HiT are attempting a split push this time.
Good play from Battleship there with the double on Perot and Bob.
Very nice, and it looks like they are actually managing to spawn. Looks like Mando's squad have made it in on the left-hand side, while Zab's squad tries to push it up. Fabian going far out into no man's land, and that might have been a very important play for Shogun, because there are no HiT players left on the right-hand side, so Shogun can just completely focus on clearing out this left-hand foothold. Good
win in that fight there for Meeks. He's the only player on this right-hand side. Actually, a few Shogun players pushing on this right-hand side. Just 2 players left. 1 now. He's going to try and hold for the spawn. They really need to push him aggressively here. They
do need to be aggressive. This is the problem they've been having. They haven't been taking out all the players, so the spawn's been able to come in. But they have managed to do it this time.
Actually, a spawn did come in, or at least a push. I couldn't tell if that was a spawn.
Oh yes, it looks like they did. Yeah, they spawned 2 into the trench, but they're able to actually clear them out without any casualties.
But still,
the spawn again.
Still abandoning that right, rotating. The 1 player still over there actually.
And it looks like they're still getting spawns mid. They're not being aggressive. They're not pushing them out of these shell holes. So they'll able to get the spawns at their leisure. Mando going prone for the spawns. It looks like Zab is retreating a bit for spawns as well.
Yeah, they need to be using their recon planes on that no man's on defense and those situations.
Right, and Mando's just getting in. Mando just walked into the trench, and none of the Shogun players notice him. It looks like. Who is this? Meeks might be getting pincered by Mando, though Fabian takes him out before he can do damage. But they're still spawning. HiT are still spawning in this mid no man's land. Shogun are having a lot of difficulty clearing them out.
Well, all they need to make sure is that there's not a foothold in the next 40 seconds. And there have been periods.
Sure, it looks like Yam for a HiT. Might have been AFK there. He's still standing still, though. He is rotating. Here he is. But they're still getting these spawns. These spawns are way too close for Shogun. It looks like they actually are able to run in.
And actually able to get that extra minute as well, which is going to make it much harder for.
That's true. It looks like Meeks is running back for extra spawns. He's being pushed by 2 players. And it looks like there's another player pushing far right. Yam, and it looks like Shogun player that was taken out. So HiT managing to take a lot of space in this trench. They have this foothold, and they're actually getting spawns on right.
And I think this is going to be a cap for HiT probably. Only 1 Shogun player in the trench.
Interestingly, they haven't been able to cap yet. Even with 3 players in the trench, they are pushing through that. They're trying to pincer.
Well, I think something that has to be noted for HiT is just how many of their players are playing outside of the trench, even when they're on the attack like this. They really need to.
That's true.
Once they've cleared that trench out, they really need to stack those players
back.
They are
capping. They're all capping very quickly.
Yeah, speaking of that,
5 minutes left on the clock. I don't know if Shogun will simply have the time to even draw.
With the cap coming in here, I think that's going to be a win at the very least for HiT.
So we'll see. We'll see by how many trenches HiT will win. Shogun are. It looks like Shogun are recapturing. So if they recapture it this quickly, it could be. They could still have time.
They'll have like
to draw.
In an ideal situation, they would have like 60 seconds to attack because we do have those 4-minute attack timers on this map as opposed to most other maps which have 3-minute attack timers.
HiT stopping the capture just as Shogun were about to take it and reversing it. Very unfortunate.
And able to
1 Shogun player left. Perot going prone for the spawns far left, managing to get a few in.
A few other Shogun players getting in.
But hit with 7 players, 8 players in the trench.
Yeah, just holding
Really
a
have no
massive
trouble.
castle on that left side with all 8 of their team.
They have no trouble recapturing.
They know that this is their game to lose at this point, and they're just going to play passive. And a great push here from Manny, though, for 3 kills. He knows they need a cap right away, and he's going to be aggressive. But now, actually, even now, I think if they get a cap, they can't win. But they could still get one more point. Just losing.
That's true, and they could get a bit more of the dignity and honor left.
I mean, I think they have a lot of dignity on here. They put up a very strong
That's true. They've been doing very well against this formidable team.
It's been an absolute back and forth, and
yeah, it was very balanced, honestly, very balanced. Besides from that one airplane bomb that just allowed HiT to completely overwhelm that push, it looks like really the 2 teams have been at.
And also losing Fabian for about a minute and a half there, I think, was pretty impactful as well, seeing as he's one of their more powerful players. So a little bit of bad luck here from Shogun. Maybe if those things hadn't happened, the game would be looking very different. But
that's true.
Looks like we actually do have a cap starting from...
No, HiT are retaking.
Yeah, HiT are retaking. Sorry, I misread that. Yeah, you're right.
So it's still 3-3. Still a
big
tied
push
game.
On the left here, though, from Shogun, and able to get in with most
Nord
of their players.
taking out Manda. This could be big, but again, only 2 minutes.
Good push from Nord.
We could be seeing a last-minute cap that one of the teams simply isn't able to recap.
Absolutely. Good clear there from Commissar, though.
Commissar doing fairly well. Nearly 40 kills. Not as well as last time, but still very well for a competitive match.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the pivotal moment, I mean, this was a back-and-forth game until that airplane bomb happened. That airplane bomb was just a massive setback for Shogun.
Right, and it looks like it also might have demoralized them, and they really did not put up as much of a defense on that second trench as they did in the first.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
A minute and a half left on the clock. The time is all theirs to attack, though.
Yeah.
So they don't have to fear losing another trench.
Yeah, they're gonna try and do their best here and get another cap here to see if they can at least maybe win this half. And some good picks from Perot and Sinig coming in. Might be able to push on that left or right side.
They're still, and they're getting the caps in for HiT, the spawns in, sorry. So there are still 4 players left defending that side.
Yeah, and Commissar is going to come in and try and clean things up, but Meeks snaps back against Zab and Commissar.
Looks like Shogun could be able to get in.
Yeah, looks like Bob is going to get in. See if he can get a spawn off. Well, actually, most of his team is coming up behind him.
And it looks like HiT are pushing them. This will be the last big attack. Whoever wins this will probably win the trench.
And looks like HiT is going to be able to hold on.
A single Shogun player left.
Yeah, unless Meeks can get here.
Meeks?
Yeah, Meeks,
only 30 seconds left.
He's going to hold for spawn.
HiT getting spawns in.
Yeah, he's going to get pushed by Gandalf.
And now I don't know if they even have the time to get to the trench with 20 seconds left on the clock. This is a very strong half.
No, it looks like the second half is going to be a tie here.
HiT not surrendering even a single trench. They're gonna take a 2 trench lead. Very nice from HiT.
Yeah, it looks like the final score is gonna end up being 7-6, if I remember correctly.
7-5?
7-5. No, you're right. 7-5. Yes.
A very good game. I think.
Yeah, very close game there. I mean, if a few things go differently, if that airplane bomb lands a few more feet to the left and only kills one player, I mean, you
Oh,
know,
definitely.
we could be seeing a
It
completely
could have
different
been a
result here. We could have seen a tie game or even possibly a win for Shogun, considering the fact that they wouldn't have had that massive morale loss, which is I have to assume came with that. I mean, I know that would
right.
demoralize me.
I mean, yeah, seeing what 6 or 7 of your
I
team
believe
just
it was
evaporate
6.
instantly.
I believe it was six
6, yeah,
players.
that's what 3/4 of the team just evaporate in a single moment.
Yeah, we have all 8 of your team pushing that same spot. Wow, that's crazy. Well, let's see if we can get the captains in here for some interviews. I will message Zab and Manny. Oh, I messaged you. That's the wrong person. Do you want to be interviewed, Tom?
Unfortunately, I don't play on HiT. I'm not sure what insight I could.
All right. Oh,
Hello?
hello, Manny.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Hello.
Is that Tom?
Yeah, it is Tom. This is the one and only Tom Grump.
You're being interviewed by Tom Grump. How does it feel?
By Tom Grump? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have to open up with the first question that immediately comes to my mind. How did your team feel after that airplane bomb?
Oh, dude, it wasn't fun.
I
It
can't
wasn't
imagine.
cool.
What was happening in the comms? Were people just silent, or was there a certain amount
Oh,
of cursing
no. I mean,
involved?
as soon as the airplane bomb happened, realistically, it was just, all right, we're not going to be able to take this trench. Let's just prepare for D.
Yeah.
It was pretty professional. No one started screaming,
That's
freaking
good.
out. Just, okay, this happened. Let's just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
What was the morale hit like? Was there any? Did you feel like that your teammates were getting demoralized, like they weren't as able to defend the next trench?
No, I don't think. I mean, I think we had some rust to knock off. This was our first game of the season. We were supposed to be able to play last week, and we hadn't played too much as a team throughout most of this. I think for the first game of the season, everyone kind of came into it with a high head, and
Yeah,
we
I
weren't
mean,
expecting the most.
yeah, it was a very close match. Absolutely. I mean, how you have to imagine if that airplane bomb lands a few more feet to the left, that this would have been, even a much closer match, possibly even a tie or even a win for you guys. So, very, very close.
Yeah,
It was a
game,
very
absolutely.
very strong performance by Shogun.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see him again later. I mean, we had a bunch of roster issues today. It was a real question of whether we're going to even be able to have 8 people. So just the fact that the whole team was able to come together and play was nice, and hopefully down the line we can get some more preparation in for matches and do a little bit better.
I do have one more question for you before we talk to Zab.
Okay. Okay.
What was your thought process in the ban pick? We don't see Picardy played as often as some of the other maps. Was it intentional for you to try and get it to Picardy, or what were you thinking?
Well, we wanted something to not. We didn't want Vaj. We didn't want Artois. We didn't want Argon. So then it was really just between Iron and Picardy, and they banned Iron, so that's where it went.
Makes sense.
We didn't want Vaj. We didn't want to end up in a CC situation where we came unprepared and it really screwed us. We wanted something with multiple trenches so that if we did make a mistake, the game wasn't just over.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd say Picardy actually it might even be the most forgiving map as far as mistakes are made, just because you get that 4-minute attack timer rather than the 3 that you get on most of the other maps. So definitely a good map to have a close back and forth game on.
Yeah, but overall, I'm not disappointed with our performance. I mean, first game of the season, I'm expecting we're only just going to get better from here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you had some very good performances from players like Meeks and Norden and yourself as well. So, congrats to the team for their first match of the season, and I think you guys, I think you guys are doing much better throughout the rest of the season, and I think we'll see some wins under your team's belt. Absolutely.
Good luck with the rest of the season.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Real nice.
Are you gonna wish him luck in his match against Sir Tom?
Oh yeah. You know what, Tom? Here's what you can do for me. Here's what you can do for me, Tom.
I will. I will. I will
You
wish
miss the
you.
Sir Shogun game?
I
Just
will
don't
wish
play
you
it.
good. Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for talking to us, Manny.
Yes, thank you very
For having
much.
me.
And we also have with us Full Metal Mando from HiT. Mando, how's your team feeling after that match?
Oh, it's pretty awesome, man. It was a really good match. We enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
absolutely, absolutely. Great play from both teams, and your team especially, obviously coming out with that win with the two
A
trench
very
lead
strong
from the first.
performance for a team that's just formed.
Yeah, coming up 2-0 in the league so far. Very good, very good. Uh,
Yeah, we're just gonna try to keep that momentum going.
yeah, you guys seemed it was interesting. You guys started on the attack on the Entente in the first half, and you guys seemed a little bit slow out the start. Had you guys practiced for Picardy at all? Is this a map you were expecting to end up on, or?
Uh, we were kind of expecting. I think Manny did say that we were right because we were expecting it was either gonna go to Picardy or Iron, and we were more expecting Picardy. We haven't really played Picardy in comp, but we kind of knew what we were going into. It was just a matter of like getting some of the new players we have like good with comms for this map and like the call outs. Then we could pick up speed.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously, I think the most pivotal point in this match was that 6-man airplane bomb from Zab. I just have to ask, what were the comms like in your team when that happened?
This is a lot of hell yeah. What to say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine. I can imagine. That was pretty
Did
insane.
it give you a lot of confidence when you got that airplane bomb kill and then you were able to push and get that trench?
I mean, it was definitely a relief knowing that we only had to deal with like 2 players for a few seconds, until the next spawn. So, just gave us that extra momentum just to hold the trench.
Yeah, absolutely,
Very
absolutely.
nice.
Well, yeah, absolutely great performance from your team overall, and yeah, continuing, undefeated so far. HiT, absolutely impressive, absolutely for a new roster. Well, thank you for coming and talking to us. Mando, anything else you'd like to say to the
Yes, thank you.
stream before we shut it down?
I know, just go hit, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Nice. Thank you. Well, we will be back next week. I do believe we will be having 2 matches next week at the minimum. We may be having 3 even. So keep an eye on the VCL Discord for the match schedule for next weekend. We will be having games, I believe, both Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. and possibly another game. Keep an eye on the Discord for that. We'll be having multiple games on Saturday, I think, possibly. Depends on
Should be great.
what the team's schedules look like. But yeah, absolutely, we'll be having a action-packed weekend next weekend. Also, I believe this week we announced the fall draft tournament. So if you're a more casual player and you're interested in playing in a tournament in September, it's going to be happening the second half of September, I believe. So the 20th and the 21st, and then the weekend after that as well. So if you're interested in that,
Something like that.
yeah, I think it's the last 2 weekends of September, if I remember correctly. If you're interested in that, come check that out on the VCL Discord. You can sign up
Should
for
be
that.
very fun. It's very competitive. There's a lot of it's very good. It's a lot of good spirit.
Yeah, and another thing, we've actually been announcing a lot of stuff recently. We have started doing pugs every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that is welcome to anyone around the world. If you're a European player or from wherever, you're welcome in those pugs. So come check them out. It's a fun way to get involved in the competitive community and learn the competitive side of the game if you haven't ever played competitive before. And obviously, if you're a competitive player, it's a good way to get some practice in before your matches on the weekend. So definitely come check that out. I believe we had last 2 weekends we've had some decent sized pugs, so come check that out and get some competitive experience. It's really fun. It's definitely a different experience than pub matches. It's very unique.
I would highly recommend them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way
They're
to
very
improve at the game and even get some tips from some of the more experienced competitive players who are definitely the experts on how to stomp at this game. So all right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and that's going to be the stream for us. I've been Soren, and with me has been Tom Grump, and thank you guys. We'll see you next